One of the biggest challenges I've found working as a reporter here over these past few months has been trying to strike a balance between covering what we can call traditional politics and the politics of the street. So on the one hand, we have the elections and political parties and the transitional process as laid out by the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces, that includes elections. And on the other hand, we have really these continued mass demonstrations and protests and sit-ins that many of the revolutionary youth that were at the heart of this revolution are very involved in. And it's become increasingly dangerous to cover these demonstrations and be at them. One of the most difficult days was on October 9th, when a protest of largely Coptic Christians and their supporters was held at Maspero, which is the state TV and radio headquarters in downtown Cairo. I was there talking to people, talking to demonstrators. There was men and women, young and old. Many of them were holding candles. And a march that they were waiting for had finally arrived. And what was once a peaceful protest very quickly turned into a bloodbath. The army started attacking demonstrators, first with sticks, live ammunition, and then by driving armored personnel carriers in wanton violence into the crowds. At least 27 people were killed and many others were injured. The next day at the morgue was really a scene of tragedy and mourning. And it was a difficult day to cover, and one that affected me personally, but I think one that was very important to bear witness to, because the state media in Egypt essentially acts as a propaganda arm of the government, and the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces, along with the interim government, really denied any wrongdoing in the incident, and the state media, of course, parroted those claims. So it's very important for independent reporters to be on the ground, to bear witness and talk to people at the target end of this state-backed violence, and that's really at the heart of what I think is important journalism.